Tourism has dropped in Las Vegas, causing an economic downturn in the area. Can they fix it? Is it fixable? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the dramatic decrease in tourism in Las Vegas and the surrounding region, causing an economic downturn because this area is heavily dependent upon the tourism. They're talking about a 12, 13% drop in tourism from 2024 to right now, year to date. So that is quite a big difference. Now, I think I have at least two reasons why this is happening. The first is because there's an overall drop in tourism globally, not just in Vegas, not just in the USA, but globally. And it's because people are trying to save money. There's a slight economic downturn or a reset back to normal, however you want to look at it. People are saying, you know what? I want to keep my money. I don't want to spend too much. I just want to spend money on things that make more sense. The luxuries and whatnot, I don't really want that. There's also an issue with Vegas itself becoming more expensive over the years, aside from an economic downturn, and there's some safety issues. When I was in Vegas last year for the Hot Twins podcast, shout out to them, I'm in this hotel, and right before I get there, the police had killed somebody in the hotel, and it was like nothing really happened. There was some police presence outside, but inside, hey man, clean the body up, on to the next. That was kind of the element, and that might be a little bit jarring from tourists from other parts of the world. Now, before I go any further, let's get to an actual news clip here. Of course, I will link to the clip in the box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I've been to Vegas probably 20 times, and I definitely think this is the slowest I've seen in a long time. You can find closed parking in the casinos. You can drive with no traffic. It's pretty smooth.
And why do you think it's kind of slow?
Honestly, just right now, times are hard for a lot of people. It's just tourism is down everywhere, even in Florida. So I think it's just people saving money, getting ready for school. We're really close to that as well.
By now, you've probably heard about the growing concerns stemming from a decline in our tourism numbers. The impact goes well beyond all of our friends and family who work in the hospitality industry.
So tonight, part two of Steve Wolford's week-long Las Vegas reality check to take an in-depth look at the impact our visitor decline is having on all of us.
Now, before we continue, do you guys live in the area? Do you guys go to Vegas a lot? Have you seen the decrease in the tourism? Have you seen the decline in the experience you get at Las Vegas? Y'all let me know. Also, the migrants. Do you think that migrant deportations or threat of deportations has caused some problems in Vegas? Let me know in the comments.
We hear it all the time. Tourism is the economic engine that drives the local and state economy. That's why when that engine isn't firing on all 8 cylinders, everyone feels the pain, and some a lot more than others.
So I have 3 things going on for my business.
Jimmy Singh runs Las Vegas Souvenirs and Gifts, and the soft tourism numbers are rounding out his trifecta of financial terror. His business takes a hit because of his location on Koval. It's right in the heart of the F1 street closures. Nearly all of his merchandise is imported and subject to tariffs, and now
I saw that also for now, the tourism is less than, last year's. We see a 30 to 40% down.
That's a big, big decrease, and you might not be able to survive 30 to 40%. Unless you got really, 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 really good margins, you're not going to be able to survive. Maybe you'll stick around for a while after the F1 race is over with, after the tourism maybe goes back up. Maybe when the tariff war, the trade war ends, which I don't see ending anytime soon, maybe after all of that, you be in the clear. But how long are you going to be able to hold on with all those factors hitting you?
Jimmy says foot traffic through his gift shop is way down.
We ask all the time, so where you from? And, we talk nice. And this year, I didn't see that many for people is coming from overseas. So I saw less, very less.
And he says a big chunk of his customers are, for now anyway, choosing to stay north of the border.
Canada is more worst, actually. We have lot for Canadians, lot. Everywhere I see the Canadian, and now no.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. Tourism is down globally. So people in the United States are not as willing to spend money on that type of thing in the U.S. or elsewhere. And others who may come to the U.S. for tourism are doing it less because it has impacted the whole world. A lot of countries are suffering economic downturns.
So what do those tourist dollars really mean for Nevada's bottom line? According to Applied Analysis and the Nevada Resort Association, tourism has a $98 billion economic impact on Nevada. It supports a fourth of all jobs, generates 22% of all wages, and pushes 34% of the tax dollars into the general fund, resulting in a $3,000 reduction in the tax burden per household.
Now, let's pause. Let's go back to these numbers. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I did a video about the top 4 cities in the country, and if you've not seen that, I'll possibly link to it in the box. But what I said was, in order, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, which shouldn't really be up for debate, in my humble opinion, as far as the top 4 cities in the USA. The top 3, again, New York, LA, Chicago, in that order. But number 4, I said Atlanta, Georgia, because of the variety of things you're able to do, the variety of the economy, the location, the population. A lot of things make me say that. Now, some said Vegas, but I'm like, okay, Vegas is cool, but they have a hyper reliance upon tourism. Any kind of economic downturn, any kind of reduction in leisurely spending will impact your city in a way that no other city in the USA will be affected.
Tax burden per household.
I think that the mood in Carson City, especially toward the end of the session, was gloomy. As the numbers began to roll in as the reality of what the forecast was going to look like.
Alan Feldman is the Director of Strategic Initiatives at UNLV's International Gaming Institute. He says when tourist-driven revenues from gaming and the resorts come up short, state lawmakers aren't usually inclined to raise taxes, so the burden is felt by all of us.
I think in Nevada, the more historic response has been cutting programs, reducing programs. So it's not just politicians who are concerned. I'm confident there are teachers who are concerned. There are library staff who are concerned. There are hospital staff who are concerned. I think we're more likely to see those kinds of things first before anyone gets real about increasing a tax of any kind.
The thing about raising taxes is, okay, you're going to raise taxes during a period of economic downturn, but you would not have to do that if the economy was up. So what happens when the economy inevitably goes back up? Are you going to cut taxes back? I don't think so. You're going to just always spend more and more and more and more and more and more. It'll never end. If your answer to economic downturn, if your answer to a lack of tourism is raising taxes, you're not really being serious, in my humble opinion.
But is this tourism skid part of a cycle or the new normal? Some are afraid it might take a while for more Americans to become financially comfortable again to take a Las Vegas vacation, and for international tourists to let some hard feelings subside.
People thinking a different way now. So used to, I can say, everybody love for America. And now a lot of things they don't.
So what can be done to put our tourism numbers back on track? We'll hear from Governor Joe Lombardo, Senator Jackie Rosen, and others when we continue our Las Vegas reality check. That'll be coming up tomorrow night on News 3. All
right, so shout out to my man out there in Vegas. Again, we got a big downturn. You're talking about like 10 to 15% from 2024 to right now, year to date. So that's a pretty big decrease. Personally, Vegas is cool. I mean, it's all right, but I'm not a gambler, so I don't gamble. I've never been to a casino and gambled before. I don't really see the point. When I was in Vegas, I tried to use one of the machines. I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, I don't really see the purpose of this. So for me, it's not really a thing. And then if I was going to gamble, hey, I'm on my phone. Y'all got all type of prize picks and this and that. So a lot of this stuff is happening electronically. There's no need to go to Vegas to do it in a place that might be a little bit dangerous, in a place that's pretty expensive sometimes, depending upon what you want to do, in a place that gets very hot in the summertime. It's 1,000 degrees outside. You don't even want to be outside. So it's just a whole lot going on to the point where, you know what? I'm not making as much money as I want to. There's an economic downturn. I'd rather would just stay here, stack up my money. And if I do want to gamble, I just turn on my phone and do it that way rather than going to Vegas. I think that is all of what's contributing to the downturn in that particular part of the country. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about why Las Vegas is suffering a decrease in tourism? Is it because it's not what it used to be? It's become very expensive, no longer for the middle class? Or is it because of a global downturn in tourism, a global, I guess you would say, reset of economies? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think it's a combination of there's a downturn in the economy, and plus people don't really care for the Vegas experience as they did in the past. It's become expensive. People are doing online gambling. So the allure of going to Vegas and shooting craps or whatever y'all do, I don't even know what the terms are. Whatever y'all do in Vegas, the allure of it isn't really there anymore because a lot of it has moved away from that particular part of the country. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.